Should I do a two-step check right here? What y'all think? Do a two-step check right in front of the house? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I don't do my neighbors like that. I don't do my neighbors like that. Something else did work though. Got that thing hooked up. So, a couple things I wanted to check. One is the idle. I want to kind of change the idle on it, get it a little bit more where I want it. And then also the two-step and the transbrake. I want to check the transbrake two-step and see how, make sure it gets up on the chip to the PSI that I wanted to get, and find out how long it takes to get there so I'll know how to stage if I can't get it any faster. So just trying a couple things. I know it's going to be pretty loud, so brought it to a little storage unit. So gonna go ahead and see what we can do to get that corrected, and then move another step closer. For now, idle, two-step, transbrake. That's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna show y'all how I set it up too. It's not my first time doing it either, but just show y'all how I set it up. So I've done this before and didn't cause a problem, but I set the big fan up in front of the engine so it kind of keeps everything cool. I set up the two chocks on the front tires so it don't get away from me. This is one of my high velocity fans. I kind of got that pointed right where the transmission pan would be, so try to help keep that cool. And then I also have, and it's really not a charger, but it's something I used to have when I had my shop, but this little power supply. I put that on the battery and plug it up so that the battery doesn't go dead. So it'll be giving me full cranking, full power. I won't end up getting stranded over here. So, but you know, I can see if everything's straight with the two-step transbrake. And I'm also check that idle. So. So right here, I'm looking at the data log of just like so mainly what I'm looking at is this line here. So this line, this kind of pinkish line or red, whatever color y'all see it as, that's my finger on the two-step button. I mean on the transbrake. And then from the transbrake, I just kind of pick a point where I know I'm going in to full throttle. And then basically I can know that from, you know, pretty much from whatever point here, this point, I can zero it out, set that as my start point, and then when the orange line gets to where it's supposed to go, I can kind of figure that out, see how long it took to get where it's supposed to go, or if it got where it's supposed to go. So it may not have gotten to the full boost that I wanted it to, which could be a couple of different things, but one of them could be the fact that the RPM, which is, you know, hitting just like it's supposed to. Let me see, I'm gonna go to this here. You can see that RPM line is hitting just like it's supposed to, so that's looking pretty good. But to make sure that the boost got to where it's supposed to go, or it may just not be enough RPMs in it. So I may need to be able to have to go up RPM, which is kind of the trade-off. Higher RPM mean you might burn brake the tires are loose more often, but it also is how you can get the car to the desired launch boost. So it's a couple of things that work there. You kind of got to find your medium in order to know what RPM you're gonna launch at, what boost you can launch at, all that kind of stuff. So you kind of got to figure that out like this. Just kind of sitting one day with the fans on the transmission, not to overheat it. And if you do this, don't do it back to back to back to back to back. Let the get some good fans. Let the transmission cool down a little bit. Let all that stuff kind of cool down, and don't do it too many times too. I'm probably only gonna do it like maybe 4 or 5 times. I'm not gonna sit out here all night and just keep doing this. So but yeah, just something to think about. So put the car back in the garage. Didn't get the idle quite where I wanted, but two-step transbrake working like I wanted to. It's getting to the launch boost that I wanted to, and it's getting there pretty quick too. It's getting there quick enough for me to take it to the track. So probably next, I might probably go back to the dyno and tune it on the dyno. That way I don't have to worry about driving and trying to do stuff. But also I want to be able to quickly shut it off and read the spark plugs. I didn't do that last time. I think I am going to do that this time. So I'm going to go hit up my boy Larry and see if I can get off in there and get this thing tuned up a little bit better too. So we'll see. We're going to see what we can do. I'll let y'all later.